Hey, Skylar here from the Mint Change You Can Wear. And today we're going to be taking coins like Morgan dollars and different world coins. How cool would it be to use the coins that you collect from your travels and be able to wear them all the time as an awesome keepsake? All right, let's get started. And the example I want to use today is this Morgan silver dollar. It's one of the largest, more thick coins you're going to encounter. So if you can do it with this one, you can do it with any of them. And the first thing we want to do is cut a hole in it. And we'll be using the auto punch made by Jason's Works for that. And I'm going to be cutting a 5/8 inch hole into it. And the reason being is I want to make sure I can preserve the "In God We Trust" on the coin. And that means this hole can't be a whole lot larger in order to keep that there. Alright, that's a good start. Next up, we have to fold it into a cone shape. Alright, so we've cut our hole, and look at this sharp edge that's left behind. Before we can start to fold our coin, we really got to get rid of that sharp edge. The way we're going to do that is with this deburring tool. It's going to cut a 45-degree on there and get rid of any sharpness that'll cause it to split. And now just finish it off with a little 120 grit sandpaper just to smooth any imperfections out. All right, ready to anneal and then fold. Now we'll just grab one of these 17-degree dies. And if you guys are interested about where I get my tools, I will leave a link in the description box below for my latest tool list video. And this is what we're going to use to fold the coin with. We'll go ahead and re-anneal it now. And the reason we're doing that is we want to re-soften this silver so that way it doesn't split as we're folding it. Because as we're moving it, it's work hardening. So this is a Swedish wrap kit that I have from Jason's Works, and what this is going to do is going to take this huge coin and then shrink it down into something really, really small. And the way we're going to be doing that is wrapping this guy in Teflon tape, and that's why you call it the wrap. And then the reason we call it Swedish wrap is because a guy named Mikael Moller actually came up with the idea, and he's from Sweden, so there you go. So we're going to wrap this guy in Teflon and then push him through these dies. They have a really steep taper to them. They're like 5 degrees. So as it gets shoved down, it's going to start to shrink the entire thing down. So we're going to pass it through all 3 of these dies to the smallest die we can, and that'll create the bead. Now we'll keep pushing it down the rest of the way with this. Alright, we made it to the bottom now. So what we're going to do now, push it out, and it is a lot smaller. Not crazy small yet, but we're getting smaller. So what we're going to do now is we press it this way, we're going to turn it around and press it the other way to make the other side a little smaller. And at this point, sometimes it'll get stuck. And what we'll do for that, put it upside down, and take a smaller plunger that'll fit through the bottom and just press it backwards out. Like that. Now what we need to do is unwrap it and then re-anneal it so we can soften it again for the second push through the second die. And I know all you metalsmiths are cringing every time I do this, because you think I'm hardening it, but I'm not. Non-ferrous metals like silver, copper, gold don't harden whenever you quench them like that. Time to rewrap. And every time we do it, we need to re-anneal. It's important to notice too that I'm not going to be using the Ross push follower when I put the bigger coin like a Morgan dollar through the second die. The reason being is these just aren't designed to take that kind of force. So we're going to be switching to the various sizes of brass plungers that this comes with. It is getting a lot smaller. Time to re-anneal again. And we want to stop right before it comes through the bottom of the die. That really damages the coin quite a bit when it comes through the bottom. So we'll turn it around and do it right to the bottom again the other way. Alright, you know the drill. Re-anneal, re-wrap, switch to the next smaller die. Alright, this is the last stop. This is the smallest Swedish wrap die that we have. Alright, I could go farther, but this coin, just the sheer force that's required to shove it down the die is starting to cause issues with the Teflon tape not being able to protect it anymore. So instead of continuing on, I think we're going to anneal it and then size it the traditional way with a regular 17-degree die. But before we do, just shrinking it that far down the die has created it to be incredibly hard. So we're going to re-anneal it, re-soften it before we do that. Alright, in order to do any more sizing, we're going to be using the Pepe Tools ring stretcher reducer. And we're going to put a little bit of Pepe lube on it just to help everything slide a little more easily. Alright, now we'll switch it over to the 25-degree side, get a little more of a curve. Thanks again, Pepe Tools, for making this die with the two different sizes on it. It's awesome. Now we'll just flip it around to the other side. Alright, now what we need to do is clean it off and then antique it with some liver of sulfur. and then get it polished up. Alright, wash it with a little Dawn dish soap, and then we'll be ready for the liver sulfur bath. Now we need some 4/0 steel wool, and we'll start to take some of that back off the coin. Alright, so here's what it comes out looking like. Just a little Morgan dollar bead. This one got a little dinged up towards the top because I tried to curve it so much. So I don't do it too often, so in hindsight I would stick with a straight one like I did the first time. I kinda like the way it looks a little bit better anyway. It's pretty neat that you can collect coins from the places you go and then make something or have something made that is really cool and has a lot of meaning behind it. Thanks for watching. Make sure you check out my website, changeyoucanwear.net, for all the coin rings. And now that I'm getting into traditional jewelry, a lot of other really cool rings are going to be up on there too. So keep an eye out for that. Make sure you guys click the button subscribe if you haven't yet, and be ready for the next couple videos that are coming out. There's some really neat videos coming out. As a matter of fact, I'll give you a bit of a sneak preview. It's got something to do with this ancient coin that accidentally got broken. That is the video I'm working on right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.